I'm going to say one thing and one thing only. Watch out for the Cardinals, guys, because, oh my God, they knocked the wind out of the Rams. Let's go, though. Week 2 recap. Not feeling so good right now, guys.
About right. Again, going down the field, and what an interception! My goodness, Cam Taylor-Britt pulled it down with one hand, and they have taken it away from Mahomes for the second time in the game.
Murray's looking for him. Pressure coming. Got away from Verse. Still on the move. Still on his feet. Throws to the end zone. It is caught.
See what he dials up. 6 yards.
Outstanding day.
We talked about it. Find your go-to guy.
Happens in the scrimmage. Shire gets up and a punch straight into the face.
You see the hit. The hit by Jack Jones jars it. Sneaky great. Now he's going laterally. He's going to throw it on the run, and it's broken up, and there's no flag. Oh, flag comes in late. A flag comes in late. 9-yard penalty that could be all the difference in the game. Burrow. Butker's kick for the win. He buries it.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the NFL Week 2 recap. Obviously, a lot of crazy games and a lot of crazy endings, as well as a lot of crazy storylines, obviously, for Week 2. We will be going through every single game, starting off with the Browns and Jags. We'll get to the highlights in a minute. But, of course, we always go through the injury report first because it is pretty interesting, obviously. Again, stuff that's on Sunday. I mean, Ricky Pearsall could be back. I don't know for sure, but we'll see. CMC, again, is on IR. He will be out until Week 7. Of course, we've covered that in the preview. Vita Vea, MCL injury, suffered, so we don't know if he'll be back. I don't think he finished that game against the Lions. Outside of that, though, I know nothing like super serious. I mean, yeah, JJ, he got a quadriceps injury. He left that game, really. Dallas, Turner got injured on a play where he was trying to hit the run. What is it called? Kind of overcompensated there. Puka is out until Week 7 at the very least. Justin Herbert, lower leg left. I think he'll play. I don't know why he wouldn't, but yeah, it didn't look great. Junior Colson did pull his hammy. I think he should be fine, but yeah, he did pull it. DeForest Buckner, Leite Latu both got injured in that one. Leite Latu was later in the game. I think he should be good, though. Outside of that, A.J. Dillon obviously is out for the season. Nick Chubb, yeah, he won't be back until Week 5. Outside of that, though, that's really all I got for Sunday. No, like, insane stuff when people leaving. More on today, though. What is it called? That came out. What is it called? Debo, probably not going to play. Again, he was banged up last week. Didn't really do too much. Tolonu Funga is questionable. He probably won't play. He might, but I wouldn't be super, what is it called, confident in that. And then, obviously, again, Kenneth Walker's questionable. He injured his oblique. He was out last week. Uchenna Nwosu, MCL. Maybe he'll play. I don't know for sure. Obviously, the Raiders, I mean, there's like 8 guys get injured, but none of it's like too serious. They got all the Lions. And then the Jets. Jermaine Johnson feared to tear his Achilles. I think he's probably out for the season, guys. That really sucks. We'll talk about the breakdown the play later. Of course, when we get to the game. But, yeah, that's not great. Graham Reynolds out. He really messed up his hamstring on the kickoff. Should be back in Week 5, though, which should be nice for them, obviously. We'll get to the game. But, again, that was a big part of the reason they lost. Saints, yeah, they got some guys injured. Yeah, limited practice, all this stuff. Either way, that's more for the Thursday night game. Yeah, Odell, again, I've heard he's getting, what is called, progressing pretty well. For the Rams, yeah, they're just completely, we'll get to the game, obviously, but, like, honestly, I'm just looking forward to the draft at this point. I know that sounds crazy, but if we suck enough, you never know. Cooper Kupp, though, probably on IR. I mean, he messed up his ankle pretty bad, and obviously the Rams' offensive line is in shambles, too, so it's not great. Obviously, Jordan Jackson's shoulder injury, too. I mean, guys, like, it's not going great in Ramland. I mean, maybe if Tyler Higbee can make a comeback, that would be cool. Isaiah Pacheco, this is a big one. What is it called? Kareem Hunt is expected to be signed by them. At least he visited them. He's going to visit on Tuesday for them. Obviously, Isaiah Pacheco's probably be out until at least mid-season. At the very least, 6 to 8 weeks is their really rough timeline. I think he damaged something in his calf. It's not great, but yeah, that really sucks for them. And well, obviously, Clyde Edwards-Helaire isn't playing as well either. Outside of that, though, I mean, nothing like Joe Mixon. He injured his ankle in that one. Biggest thing I really think coming up, though, is, yeah, Mike McGlinchey probably going to be out a little bit. He has an MCL injury. David Bell, hip injury, he really messed that up. I would be surprised if he's back really, maybe later in the season, maybe, but that's really about it. A lot of guys injured, obviously. Outside of that, though, I don't think there's anything too crazy to talk about here, guys. But that is all I got for the injury report. Let's get to our first game. Here's the highlights of the Browns and Jags.
Named Trevor Bank Stadium for the Jags opener. Draw, Watson slithers through. A marathon drive for the Browns leads to a touchdown. And a scrimmage to safety for the Browns right there. Second down, 7 to go. Through to number 7 is in it. Nearly picked but dropped. Wow. He on a 4th down earlier in this half. This time hands it off. Ford has the first down. Plenty more. Jerome Ford down the sideline. From the red zone, 3rd and 8. Lawrence hits. Myles Garrett does it again. Another test for the Browns defense off play action. Lawrence guns it. Thomas in stride. A royal strike from the 4 rookies to score a touchdown. The receiver in that week. Lawrence hands. ETN finishes. Touchdown. From the 2. Lawrence needs to get rid of it, can't. Safety, Alex Wright.
That's what's happening, baby.
And the Browns prove me wrong and are able to bounce back, led by their defense, and of course Duval obviously knocking off the Jaguars at Trevor Bank Stadium, 18-13. The Browns will have a very good chance at winning their second straight against the Giants next week. They will host them, and of course, no, they're not their home opener. And then obviously the Jaguars, they're 0-2. They're in a really rough spot. I think they're playing. Who are they playing next week? Oh, they're going to Buffalo on Monday night. First game of the doubleheader. We'll get to that obviously week 3 preview. But yeah, that's good for the Jags. They're honestly in probably the same spot the Rams are in. Not obviously with the health of the roster, but they're going to probably be 0-3. Really rough start. Trevor Lawrence actually has lost 7 straight starts. So yeah, it's not great there, obviously. Either way, though, for the Browns, Deshaun Watson didn't lose them the game. He had some decent throws downfield, which was pretty nice. He seemed pretty in rhythm with these receivers. Really, the only big thing I would say is he didn't really save the pocket too well. That's about it. I mean, he did okay. That's all I really needed him to do. Deshaun obviously ran for a touchdown as well. Jerome Ford, I mean, pretty efficient on the ground overall. Dante Foreman got a good amount of carries. Jerry Jeudy actually got open pretty consistently. I like the separation there. Elijah Moore was really good underneath. Amari Cooper struggled to get off of who was Ronald Darby, I think, was on him a lot, and they also mixed it match. It was pretty good there, though. David Bell did a good job of getting over the top. Really sucks that he'll probably be out maybe the rest of the season. I don't know. That hip injury was really rough. JOK was awesome at 7 tackles, also a big contributor to that run defense. Jordan Hicks was very good as a blitzer. I think he had a sack, 3 pressures maybe. Myles Garrett did Myles Garrett things. Alex Wright also had a sack as well. Quinn Jefferson, his sack was very impressive. And overall, the secondary was really stingy and made it really hard for that. Again, outside that one play to Brian Thomas, they did a really good job and acting with big plays. Obviously, Dustin Hopkins helped them on my fantasy team. For the Jags, though, Trevor Lawrence consistently did not make throws over the middle. Just like, again, in terms of the pocket presence and everything, footwork, really bad in terms of the consistency there. Outside, again, that 1/3 Brian Thomas Jr., who again somehow went for 94 yards. This Jags offense was completely inept, and it wasn't that Trevor was exactly again like putting the ball in bad spots, which he was at times. He just completely missed throws like really badly. Also threw some hospital balls. Trevor Lawrence is terrible in this game overall, and again, you just can't have that if this team's gonna want to bounce back, because just a really bad start for this team again the year. Obviously, just at the end of the game, that safety took him by. There's no excuse. Trevor Etienne Jr. was better in the second half overall, but that first half really struggled. He did have a touchdown, though. Of course, Trevor obviously had that one long run as well. Again, I already talked about Brian Thomas Jr., probably the most explosive player. Gabe Davis was a no-show in this one, made a couple plays, but none of it was really that impactful. Brennan Strange made some big plays late, and I don't know where Christian Kirk went. Defensively, I don't know. They weren't bad. I'm not going to really complain about how they played. Really, the thing, again, with that secondary being pretty, banged up, I don't really expect them to be very good in coverage, but their zone was a little bit better than I expected it to be. And obviously, up front, they got a pretty good amount of pressure. The only thing I really have to complain about is the fact that, again, the Boise, Luke, and Devin Lloyd were not really opportunistic in coverage. They did have some, the shots of making plays. Cam Little's field goal wasn't good. They actually outgained him in total yards, to be honest with you, though. That's just kind of crazy. Yeah, again, I guess because of the sacks. Well, was it 4 sacks? Oh, it was 2, whatever. It was weird like that. Neither team was very efficient, though, overall. Again, it was just the Browns had the ball longer, and they didn't really lose themselves the game. So, really weird game. No turnovers by either team, but hey, the Browns bounced back, and the Jags fell to 0-2, and probably going to be 0-3 at the very least. Who do the Jags play after that, though? They play the Texans, so, oof. Guys, the Jags might be in for a long season. Oh, they're going to beat the Colts. So, honestly, guys, really, you're going to probably look forward to this one. Then you guys go to London for like a month. So, yeah, the Jags had a pretty rough couple weeks ahead, but at the very least, again, you get the Colts in Week 7. So, that's all I got for you guys there. And, yeah, let's get to our next game. Obviously, this game was crazy.
And there's Lamar Jackson, home opener for the Baltimore Ravens. He had 95 yards last week and a loss to KC. Not to worry. He's 15-3 after a loss.
Is in at right tackle. Lamar dancing around the pocket. Crosby's there. Now Lamar wide open is Flowers. And 56 yards away. He missed from 53 in week 1. He was 1 of 5 from 50 plus last year. And this one is no good. Henry running left. There's some room over there for Derrick Henry. Henry with a stiff arm. They break the huddle quickly. Jackson end zone. Touchdown! Zay Flowers! Jackson, and that pass is intercepted by Spillane, or the first and goal for Las Vegas. Madison, the running back. Madison takes the handoff, pushes forward and in. And Henry in the Wildcat formation. He can throw it. Here he's going to keep it, pushing forward. And he's in for a touchdown! Minshew, pump fakes. Directing traffic, throwing along the sideline. Adams, he's got it! Again. What a catch by Devontae Adams. Between the two. White, no, it's Minshew, touchdown! Devontae Adams! And now let's see what Antonio Pierce does. Jackson, here comes the pressure, and guess who? Max Crosby! Carlson kick on the way, and it is good!
But they're cool people.
And the Raiders do, what do they call, take hold of this one, obviously, somehow, with, of course, the fourth quarter 10-point double-digit comeback. This game was pretty crazy overall. I don't think it had the ending that people might have wanted, honestly. But again, Daniel Carlson's 38-yard field goal gave the Raiders the upset win and also eliminated another big group of people in that ESPN Eliminator Challenge. Either way, though, the Raiders move back to 500 and have a good shot at actually winning another game, of course, against the Panthers, who, of course, are just a complete mess right now. So, Raiders, be really happy with how you played. You guys, of course, really stepped it up late. The running game was completely non-existent in this game. Gardner Minshew did a ton to help this team move the ball. Obviously, again, the first half, he looked lost, honestly, but second half really stepped it up. Obviously, it was pretty good downfield, 30 of 38, 278, touchdown interception. It wasn't like, again, the Jags really, Ravens weren't really challenging him up front, so he was able to get that ball out, again, to those receivers who, again, were able to plays there. Devontae Adams did Devontae Adams-like things, 9 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. Brock Bowers was also very big in this one as well. Jacoby Myers, again, made those big plays in the red zone. And, again, the running backs, they're there, I guess. O-line-wise, did a very good job of holding up, not giving up too much penetration. They they gave up a little bit of pressure here and there, but Gardner was able to handle it pretty well, so they did enough, which honestly is all they need to do against this really good defense. And then defensively, I mean, they did get bailed out by a lot of penalties because there were a couple plays like that should have been a touchdown. But Robert Spillane was really good at 10 tackles and, of course, interception. Very good, what is called leaning on certain zone plays. Again, being in that comfort level is really good. Max Crosby, again, did Max Crosby-like things. 6 tackles and 2 sacks. And overall, this defense played really well, considering, again, the circumstances they were in coming to this one. Daniel Carlson really helped out with 4 field goals as well. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, obviously, the first time ever since 22 years that an MVP the next year started out 0-2. The Ravens, I mean, guys, like I don't really know what to say. Again, you're going to Dallas next week in front of the whole country. You guys are going to have to step it up, because if you guys fall to 0-3, it would just be a mass, like, I'm telling you, like, right now, it's going to be a massive disappointment. Last week, again, you had an excuse. Yeah, Isaiah liked the last play of the game. Again, it was really tough. There's no reason you guys shouldn't have won this one by double digits. You completely outplayed them in the third quarter. The penalties killed you in the second half. And really the biggest thing, honestly, guys, is that the offense is just too predictable right now. Derrick Henry, again, when he came in the game, he still was really efficient. Of course, he was it 37-yard run? It was crazy. But, and of course, a touchdown as well. But there's not enough nuance to this offense. And the passing game, it's just not really, working right now. So, yes, this offense has a lot of stuff to work through. But, again, Lamar ran the ball later, obviously, as well. But they got to have, a little more creativity. And it doesn't look like they're having fun. We're going to get to the Cardinals later. They were having fun. And when your offense isn't, again, if you can get to that point, honestly, I don't really know, why you guys can't go on a winning streak. It's only week 2. But, yeah, the Ravens have some concerns right now. They got to figure that out, because if they don't, it can go in the tailspin pretty fast. Because, I mean, if you fall to 0-3, guys, you got to realize it's almost impossible to make the playoffs. I think maybe 1 or 2 teams have even had a chance to, and that's Texans 2018 were the really big one I'm thinking of. Either way, though, 250 yards, touchdown interception from Lamar. He wasn't awful. I just don't think he getting read plays out super duper well. And it wasn't like, again, the OC was really helping out either. Either way, though, what is it called? Zay Flowers, again, he was decent overall. He's really the only guy getting like any sort of separation. Mark Andrews doesn't look good. Isaiah likely struggled to get open. Rashad Bateman is just not very good. Nelson Aguilar did some stuff, especially as a run blocker. But yeah, this offense just doesn't have, again, really the spark right now. They got to figure that out. Defensively, a lot of undisciplined, very undisciplined, really. And then coverage, they really weren't competing when the ball was thrown to them. The pressure was absolutely there. They won a lot. But again, the penetration could have been better as well. But again, I'm not too concerned about this defense. They just got to then be compete a little more and have the energy. They're able to do that. I really don't have any concerns for there. But yeah, what is going? Shout out to Dafay and Kyle Van Noy. 4.5 combined sacks. I mean, 8.5. Just didn't have to say something about that later. But 5 tackles, 3 tackles as well there. And Justin Tucker obviously missed a 50-yard field goal, which honestly was a pretty big killer as well. Again, the Ravens thoroughly played them in terms of yardage wise, or outgained them. But the Raiders did have the ball longer. Obviously, it was a little bit of a mess overall. But hey, the Raiders were the ones who came down in the end. And hey, maybe they can actually get a winning record now. But yeah, the Ravens, you got to win next week, or you guys are in big trouble. That's all we got for this one, guys. Now let's get to our next one.
Week 2 here in Carolina between the Panthers and the Chargers.
Long. Let's see what the Chargers do. Pressure's coming. Herbert's going to the end zone for Johnston. He's got it. He got position around Horn. Touchdown Charger. Herbert's under pressure. He breaks away from Clowney. Throws on the run. Intercepted. J.C. Horn at the 40-yard line. The Chargers. Young in the pocket. Pressure's coming. Breaks away. He's got foot speed. He's looking downfield. He's in trouble. He lost the ball down. Hurst in motion. Herbert to throw again. Throws to the end zone. Wide open Johnston. His second score of the day. He slipped into daylight. Bryce Young drops back to pass. Middle of the field, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by the Chargers. Gets to the edge. He's got a blocker. He's got more than a blocker. Inside the 25-20. Did the sprints help? Oh, boy. He somersets into the end zone. Touchdown Chargers. This will be a 38-yarder. Good snap, good hold, and it's right down the middle. Herbert has time in the pocket, now steps up. He's being brought down. He lost the football. Josie Jewell falls on top.
You're my home.
And the Chargers take care of business against the Panthers and send Bryce Young and this Panthers team into a tailspin, obviously, with a 26-3 convincing win. I mean, they didn't exactly play very well at all, but I mean, they figured out a way to win. I mean, they didn't really move the ball on offense for most of the game, but yeah, Jim Harbaugh figured it out. And the Chargers have a chance of getting 3-0. Of course, they're going to Pittsburgh next week, and that'll be in front of the whole country as well. Justin Herbert, he got through the game. He also, messed up his leg. They didn't really have much of a downfield passing game outside of, the first couple of drives, but I don't really think it mattered. The Panthers just aren't very good. Obviously, 14 of 20 on 30 yards, 2 touchdowns, interception. The interception wasn't very good, though. J.K. Dobbins continues to be insane. Again, back-to-back 130-yard rushing games, of course. First Chargers running back ever. I think something like that. No, I don't remember, because there's no way LaDainian Tomlinson didn't have a season where he didn't start the year with 2 back-to-back 100-yard rushing games. Maybe not. But yeah, I guess J.K. Dobbins is the first guy since 2016 in back-to-back rushing 100-yard games. Obviously, the last guy to do that was Melvin Gordon. He also ran for another touchdown. It was like a 40-plus yard. Of course, he had 2 long runs last week. One also went for a touchdown. Gus the Bus, I mean, I don't know why he's inefficient. He just isn't having any sort of burst and just doesn't look like he'll be very good. Get him the ball in the red zone, though. Quentin Johnson caught 2 touchdowns. That's different, I guess. That's pretty good, though. He now has the same number. No, not. I was about to say something different. Whatever. Len McConkey was okay. Will Dissly was also okay. I mean, I'm not complaining. There's really nothing to talk about this offense. They did enough to win. Defensively, though, I mean, they just completely ambushed and they just completely disguised coverages, and it was clinic by this defense. I mean, there's no other way to put it. They did their job, and yeah, good job, guys. Dan Henley was also a menace. Digger the kicker, I think he missed an extra point, but yeah, he was pretty good overall. Bryce Young got benched. I mean, they can't move the ball when he's a quarterback, and you can't move the football, and you're turning over the ball like that. You can't do anything about it. Like you saw, True Robert that one long run. They can at least do something with the run game. The O-line isn't that awful, but guys, Bryce Young's so bad. There's a reason he got benched, obviously, and Donald will at least be able to have some sort of downfield presence as a passer, and they at least will be able to move the football a little bit better. That's really all I can ask as a Panthers fan. But yeah, this is just a complete mess honest with you guys. You really want to bottom out because, again, if you go like, well, same record as last year, you might actually have a chance at maybe restarting. I don't know. This is just like the worst situation by far in the league. And wide receiver-wise, I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. Deontay Johnson just, it's not good there. Defensively, they lost their best defensive player. I mean, there was a pick by J.C. Horn. He got burned, too, so that's not good, but he at least bounced back there. Shaq Thompson is just awful in coverage. Just the first 2 weeks, he's just not very good. The pressure was a little bit there. I mean, you saw the interior got, like, Nick Thurman got a couple pressures. Davion Clowney was pretty good overall. I mean, they didn't get sacked, but he had some pressures. Like, they're at least doing something up front, which is honestly good to see, but yeah, this defense is just, like, really beat the hell right now. Team stats, I mean, 160 yards of offense is not going to get you very far. The time possession was obviously a huge difference. But yeah, the really only thing for the Chargers, don't make those big mistakes like the 2 turnovers. Also, you could have been a little bit better up front, just a little bit. Obviously, you have to play 5.4 is a great year, but again, 219 yards on the ground, that'll get you some wins. Obviously, that's all I got for this one. Panthers are going to Las Vegas next week. Let's get to our next game, and this one was definitely a fun one.
From Minneapolis, CBS Sports presents the National Football League. The pressure from Pat Jones. Wisnowski, it's blocked! It's blocked down the play! And it's picked up. Ham blocked it. Purdy deflected. Incomplete. Smith was on Jennings. Down 9. Darnold getting it. Down and 10. Munt on the move. Dorisall blocked. Darnold, it's intercepted. It's picked off by Warner at the 10. They'll get up and down and goal. Mason the back to the air. Caught. Kittle dives, climbs, touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 2nd and 11. Blocked by Kittle. Deflected, ricochet. Metellus has picked it up. The fake. Block Bradbury. End zone. Touchdown. Naylor.
QB pressure let Lewis out.
3rd down, 15. Here comes Van Ginkel. Ball deflected. It's picked off on the ricochet. Sets this up. Darnold to the air. Dumps it out to Jones. Blocked by Bradbury. He'll take it. Oh, he fumbled the ball. He fumbled it. It was made. 2nd down and 4. Mason. Looking for a block, and he got it inside McKivitz. Touchdown! Touchdown, San Francisco. Games right there. You saw one at back to pass. Darnold long. Oh, he caught it! Naylor caught it! Niner punter, Mitch Wishnowsky, who had one blocked, a punt blocked earlier on. Here we go. Does not go 10. Recovered right there and falling on him.
But I'm a wishing.
In the Vikings, in some way, somehow, I guess, are able to get to a 2-0 start and are actually first in the NFC North right now. That is just, that's wild. Of course, beating the 49ers for the second consecutive year in upset fashion, as the Niners looked flat in the beginning, and that really cost them. Of course, they fall to 1-1, but they should be able to bounce back against a completely depleted Rams team next week. Vikings, on the other hand, I mean, they're going to Houston, so a very big, they're hosting they're hosting the Texans next week, so that'll be a big game for them. Biggest thing, though, I think the 8 straight games the Vikings have beaten the Niners now at home, so good note there. I did not know it was actually that many times in a row. But either way, though, for the Niners, Brock Purdy, the interception was bad. I think he fumbled, too. But he was pretty good throwing outside the numbers. I'm not going to completely put this all on Brock Purdy, but with the O-line just not really being able to perform super well, and again, the numbers are very deceiving overall, though. And again, the receivers just not really consistently getting open. He just wasn't very, again, good at getting the ball out quick. And again, that's, I think, what really costed them. But again, it was just those 2 turnovers. Again, if they didn't have that happen, they would have been fine, probably. Jordan Mason had another solid week. Just, again, it was really that fumble that really hurt them, obviously. But it's one game. You're going to take what you got with that. Deebo, he had 8 catches, 110 yards. He got a lot of targets. I think he's injured now. It wasn't good there. George Kittle scored a touchdown early. Brandon Ayuk just looked really flat, and it's like a tune-up for him at least. Juwan Jennings had one really nice play. Outside of that, though, was kind of non-existent. Kyle Juszczyk was pretty good as a blocker overall, though. Offensively, again, it's not really overly concerning how they played. Again, it was just those 2 turnovers. Again, really up front. Their offensive line wasn't really able to sustain much at all, and really wasn't able to get any sort of pattern there. And when that happens, it's kind of hard to win football games. But the Niners are going to be fine, guys. Defensively, though, Fred Warner was not that good. I mean, he was okay, I guess, but, like, there were some plays, like, yeah, you just got to be better there. He did have 9 tackles, a sack, and an interception, though, so he at least did something, obviously. Nick Bosa looked like he was injured, but I think he's fine. 5 tackles, 2 sacks. He was back to Nick Bosa. Kevin Givens up 2 tackles and sack. Defensively, I mean, it was just those big plays they gave up, to be honest with you, and also getting the short fields that they were given. It wasn't completely on them. Obviously, they held the Vikings to a couple field goals. You can't really complain too much about that, but again, one game, not too overly concerned about the Niners. Vikings, Sam Darnold played out of his mind, and again, that's kind of why I'm not really dogging on the Niners secondary. I mean, the touchdown was really bad, but I mean, guys, Sam Darnold, like, that's 97-yard touchdown. That was a bomb. Obviously, the interception wasn't really pretty, but outside of that, guys, he played it, like, really, really well. I hope this isn't a repeat of 2021 where he started out the season really well. They started out, what was it, 3-0. They completely fell off a cliff, and then he kind of just, like, fizzled out after that. But yeah, Sam Darnold, I really hope that doesn't happen to him, but again, he's playing really well right now. Running game, they didn't really do much there, but I mean, Chad Chandler looked good. Again, Justin Jefferson, he had a touchdown. He got injured though, so we'll see about that. Jalen Naylor, I think, will be a big guy for them the rest of the season. Of course, they were out without Jordan Addison, so they kind of had to figure it out without him there. I think when they do get T.J. Hockenson back later though, this offense I think really has a high potential. Obviously, Aaron Jones was pretty good, effective out of the backfield, and defensively they were flying all over the field. They made a lot of tackles. They really showed they wanted this game more than the what is it called? Niners did. Brian Flores used like I wouldn't even say simulated pressures. Like they were gonna get pressure like with a lot of the looks they were getting. It was crazy. But again, Intervent did go. He won his one-on-ones. Patrick Jones was very good. Jonathan Grenard kind of struggled. He did have once a kind of cleanup snack though. Again, Billy Cashman was like really the key in those plays. Stephon Gilmore really stepped up, help that out that secondary. And overall, the defense just looks like it's playing really well and together right now, and that's really what you need there. Again, both teams had over 400 yards of offense overall, and again, when you can get that, again, it's really good. 2-to-2 turnover ratio. Really, the only big difference was again those big plays by the Vikings, and they also got the ball in good field position, and like it was really just where the turnovers were. To be honest with you, there, because honestly, that was a 10-point swing. If the Niners got those same field, what it's called, turnover the ball in different places, the Vikings probably wouldn't have won this one. But hey, they already get a lead, close this one out, and yeah, now they're 2-0. Yeah, that's pretty good. Either way, now let's get to our next game, and yeah, we got another 2-0 team here.
It's the home opener for head coach Jerod Mayo and his New England Patriots. Getting set to take on DK Metcalf and the Seattle Seahawks.
Working with them. The tight ends have to step up.
2nd and goal to the end zone. Touchdown. Jalen Polk. The rookie. 2nd down and 5. Smith sets, fires downfield, wide open. Metcalf, touchdown. 56 yards. Braden Russell in at fullback. Here is Charbonnet. And Charbonnet is in for a Seattle touchdown. 4th and inches. Here's Charbonnet. And he does not get there. Split out to the right. Snap goes to Stevenson. He's in. Took the direct snap and scored. What was going through his mind last week? First regular season game as a head coach. As Myers nails it. Smith rolling right on 1st down. Now looking the other way. Smith throws complete at the 25-yard line. Lockett. Myers from 31 yards out. Dixon places it down. And the Seattle Seahawks go to 2-0.
And the Seahawks get out to a strong start and gave up on the Niners in the NFC West with their 2nd straight close victory, but they are now 2-0, and yeah, they're off to a good start. Again, it was against cupcakes. There's no way around that. Like the Broncos, Patriots probably aren't Super Bowl contenders, but hey, their wins nonetheless, and obviously they're going to play a banged-up Dolphins team next week. So yeah, realistically for the Seahawks, I think they can definitely get out to a 3-0 start. I don't know who they play in Week 4 though. Schedule. Yeah, just gonna put in the Seahawks. There we go. They play the Lions in Week 4, so never mind. 3-0, probably gonna get a possibility there. Either way, though, they absolutely won this one in overtime. Again, it was the missed kick by the Patriots that kind of helped them out there, but they still figured out a way to win. Obviously, the Patriots. I mean, you just be happy with them competing, honestly, there. But again, they will be playing the Jets on Thursday night, so a short week for them. They can complete that one. That's really gotta be happy about there. Geno Smith was very good in this one. I think he saved them in a lot of facets. Obviously, 75% completion percentage, 327 and a touchdown. He rarely missed any throws, and he also made up for a lot of mistakes by his receivers and O-line. Running game was non-existent. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Jack Charbonnet just is really your number one back right now. Of course, DK had the 56-yard touchdown. That's not all he did. He also had a lot of other good plays. JSN was just really, really, really good at the intermediate part of the field. Also made some catches underneath as well. That is what you need out of him. Kind of lack consistently. This guy you just don't really see that same speed or explosiveness from. But hey, he will make a play when they need it once in a while, which honestly, again, is their third option at this point. That's okay. And no offense, I'd like to see him be a little bit more productive. Defensively though, they got punched in the mouth a pretty good amount of times. This run defense definitely looks shaky, but you could definitely see up front they were much superior in terms of pass rushing. I mean, Boy Mafia, that one sack yet he just completely ripped around the edge and blew that play up. Leonard Williams was pretty good on the interior. I think Byron Murphy's better than him, but we'll just have to see how that plays out. The tackling in the secondary was really bad. Tyler Dotson really stepped it up, though, to make some plays against the run later in the game. But, yeah, they got to work on the tackling. They got to be a little more tough, because if they're not going to be able to do that, they could get their absolute butts kicked in one of these games. Well, yeah, Jason Myers obviously had 3 field goals and helped them win this one. For the Patriots, though, Jacoby Brissett, same type of thing. There's no downfield threat really at all with this offense, but, hey, who cares? They're going to be able to run the ball like they were able to do. Obviously, Ramondre Stevenson, not the greatest average, but again, he was really good overall. Obviously, Antonio Gibson also had 96 yards, so, yeah, they really run the ball well. Hunter Henry, first Patriot tight end since, makes sense, it's 2018, of course, that being Gronk, to have a 100-yard game, so that was really good to see. He might be the number 1 option on offense, considering no one else had over 12 yards receiving. Hey, nice touchdown for the rookie, though, of course, that being Jalen Polk. Defensively, I'm not complaining how they really played. I mean, there was some miscommunications in secondary, but Christian Gonzalez bounced back after that, and their run defense looked really good. Again, if they're just able to, again, what it's called, mold those things together and just not really give up those big plays. And also Keon White being a little bit less, relying on that one scissor move to get any pressure. They should be fine. But yeah, this defense is obviously really good, even though, again, it was a tough loss. Obviously, though, the Seahawks had a pretty good amount of yards, getting 185 yards on the ground, though. The Patriots helped them keep possession for a really good amount of part of this game. This isn't indicative really at all because, honestly, again, the time possession really favored the Patriots in this one. Again, the only big thing I would like to say is the third down efficiency. The second half, Seattle was a lot better there. But either way, that is all I got for this game, though. It was really fun and one to watch. Congrats, Seahawks, on starting out 2-0. Not really. I really don't like you guys. But, hey, good start, 2-0 start. Now let's get to our next game. And this one was, I mean, you saw it in the intro, guys.
It is Malik Willis trying to make a name for himself today as he takes the field at Lambeau. Anthony Richardson already well off to make it. 35 yards. Put it in the air this time. It is through there to Wicks and a touchdown. Willis threads it through for his first NFL strike. Richardson floating too tall and picked off. Xavier McKinney, 2 games with the Packers and 2 Jacobs. Josh Jacobs lost the ball, and the Colts with a gift. Boy, they had to have it.
Yeah, bring Kraft in, get a little man zone read and zone defense.
Willis, his first downfield shot for Romeo Doubs. Right over the top. Second and 10. Richardson throws an interception. Picked off by Eric Wilson. Richardson steps up. Needs the 4-yard line. Does he have enough speed? Diving for the pylon. Let's see where they spot him. Branson lined up to the top. One last prayer. Richardson will go as far as his arm can take him. It is tipped up there.
And the Packers vomiting on footballs scare the Colts away from trying to have any sort of offensive game plan. And that leads the Packers to a pretty surprising win over the Colts. Of course, they moved to 1-on-1. Or 1-1, not 1-on-1. They had a lot of those wins this game. But either way, the Packers really conservatively knock off the Colts to 16-10. Obviously, their defense was instrumental in this win. They moved to 1-1. Who the heck they play next week? I gotta think about this one. They play. They're going to Tennessee, so that should be interesting. I know, yeah. First time in 8 years. Either way, the Colts fought 0-2. They're playing the Bears next week on the road. No, they're home. So, good opportunity to get their first win of the season. Either way, Anthony Richardson was buns in this one, or Big Tony. He was not very big. Missed a lot of throws. Both interceptions he threw were really bad. The third one was just, again, Big Tony sort of throw. Forced the Hail Mary. But, yeah. Not so good. They only ran the ball 12 times with Jonathan Taylor, which really perplexed me. Again, they didn't really have a good chance to, obviously, with the score being what it was early, like this part of the game. But they absolutely, I'm telling you right now, they absolutely could have ran the ball a lot more. And that's what they got to do, because that's what they're good at. And the O-line definitely struggled to protect early, honestly. But, yeah, Anthony Richardson had a lot of clean pockets later in the game. He just completely, missed these throws. Alec Pierce is really good at getting open, being dependable for them. Obviously, Michael Pittman Jr. is getting a really slow start to the season. Adonai Mitchell is getting, again, also open, but him and Big Tony just don't have the chemistry yet. Ashton Doolin was pretty effective. Yeah, Josh Downs didn't play, though. Either way, though, they got a lot of options in this offense. They don't really seem to have an identity yet, though, and that's just a problem. Again, with Anthony Richardson being so inefficient right now, it's kind of hard for them to move the football and score points, and it's killing them as well, because, I mean, they should have won this game, to be honest with you. No, not really. They didn't really play very well at all. But yeah, 0-2 for, like, the 5th straight season or something like that. I mean, Nick Cross was basically a bona fide run defender in this game. He was playing in the box the entire game. EJ Speed 11 tackles, I guess. They didn't get any pressure. The pass rush was non-existent. I wouldn't say it was completely their fault, though, because they actually, got, like, really beat the hell up front. But they didn't win really at all. There was really no penetration, and it put a lot of stress on a guy like Kenny Moore, who he had a rough game overall. But yeah, this defense got absolutely no pressure. Grover Stewart was good against the run, though, so that kind of kept in the game. But yeah, up front, they just got completely bulldozed defensively. For the Packers, though, Malik Willis only threw 2 incompletions. He made all the easy throws they asked him to. Obviously, that one throw to Romeo Dobbs, which was really cool to see. Dontayvion Wicks obviously had a nice touchdown on the dime from Malik Willis. Getting out to that numbers for passing game, but again, you're not going to really expect that much there. They ran the ball a ton. Malik Willis was pretty explosive on the ground. I mean, you saw that one play again with a vomit. But Josh Jacobs, honestly, Josh Maris, 30 carries, 151 yards. Massive game for him. Not getting an end zone, probably the only thing you'd want to complain about. But again, they were really good overall. Marshawn Lloyd was not impressive at all. Neither was Emmanuel Wilson. And yeah, they ran the ball with a lot of different guys. Very creative offensively. But the biggest thing, honestly, was the offensive line. They played very, very well in this game. And I think he can do the same thing against the Titans next week. They absolutely can get another win. For the defense, they were really, really good. Quay Walker was fantastic in coverage, also really wrapped up in those open field tackles. Javon Bullard was a complete menace in the box. I did not know he could actually do that. Him and Xavier McKinney are just like working like glue right now. Xavier McKinney, again, is very dependable, obviously helping out the rookie and Javon Bullard. He can take some chances. Pretty good to see there. Devontae Wyatt was very consistent with his pressure, of course, with the sack. Evan Williams didn't really get many snaps, but of course he had the big interception, difference maker as well. Eric Wilson also had an interception. Braden Everson, I mean, he's not going to be very good, so, I mean, you're going to expect that type of stuff out of him. Team stats, though, yeah, the Packers had a lot of yards. Again, 261 yards on the ground is inexcusable for that Colts defense. And outside that, I mean, again, under 20 minutes of offense is really what you're going to see there. Again, 2 turnovers actually from Anthony Richardson. And also third down efficiency. The Packers had a lot of short fields there, or short yardage there. That really helped them out a lot. But that's all we got for this one, guys. A fantastic game from the Packers overall. Well game plan there. Now let's look at our next game, and obviously the ending was very funny.
The second overall pick in the draft, the electrifying Jaden Daniels leads Washington against the Giants. Both teams looking for a... Slayton are in at receiver. Singletary slipping some tackles into the end zone, and that's a Giants touchdown. Jones pulls the trigger. Touchdown Giants, Malik Neighbors. And into a crowd. Robinson comes out of the crowd. Brian Robinson Jr. inside the 20. And Austin Seibert is good. Purple goal. The blitz is on. Jones tosses into the end zone. Touchdown Giants. Vondale Robinson. Jones completes. Neighbors. Who else? Malik Neighbors inside the 30. Another big play. On 4th and 4, Jones throws. Incomplete. He was open. Austin Seibert.
Alright, and the Giants losing ways continue. Obviously, the very winnable game here against the Commanders, slipping right through their hands. But here's the kicker. Their kicker's out until week 5, so they got to figure out something there. The Giants are they're a complete atrocity in the NFL. But it wasn't Daniel Jones' fault in this one. Commanders, I mean, yeah, there's no way they should have won this game. Their offense was so bad in the red zone. And the Giants defense actually played really well again. They got the ball moved on, but the bend no break, strategy really worked out well. Daniel Jones, I'm not going to complain how he played. The O-line really didn't protect too well. I mean, they were okay. No, honestly, they were better than okay. I'll say this. There was a pretty good amount of yards per contact. They actually had a pretty good bounce back week overall. I just didn't really like this, they're doing schematically there, but also the O-line played pretty well. Daniel Jones didn't miss too many throws. He stepped up. He made good plays here. Obviously, 2 touchdowns for him on the day. Good bounce back for Daniel Jones. I'm not going to complain about how he played really at all. But they got to play the Browns next week, so they're probably going to get completely annihilated. Commanders, they're wrapping up week 3, of course, going to Cincy for Monday Night Football. Devin Singletary broke a lot of tackles. I still think I think maybe like 30% of his yards. No, more than that. He had a pretty good amount of yards per, before contact. Malik Neighbors had a massive game. I mean, the touchdown was just, the drop was really just the killer there. But 10 catches, 127 yards, touchdown, big breakout game for him. Darius Slayton also made some big plays. Wanner Robinson obviously with that big touchdown as well. I mean, you can't complain how they played offensively outside because they didn't have a kicker. It was really the only thing I'd like to see them do a little more is get the ball to them Singletary in those third and short situations. Kind of didn't really do that too much, and obviously, without a kicker, it's kind of hard. But they did score. Like, you can't complain about that. Defensively, they got a lot of pressure. Like, in the red zone, they really stepped it up. The run defense wasn't great. They had some, like, a little bit of, like, leaky plays, obviously. But it's really, again, the fact that, again, the gap control from these edges were getting completely out-leveraged. And also in the A-gap, Dexter Lawrence wasn't the best in this one. He was still obviously very good, but, like, wasn't the same Dexter Lawrence we're used to seeing there. And, Bobby Okereke wasn't good with his tackling overall. Andrew Phillips was very physical, though, which was nice to see. Dave McGillen, again, a complete mess in terms of the special teams unit, obviously. For the Commanders, Jane Daniels was very accurate, just wasn't very, again, big downfield. Really going through, I think, really at all was some more than, like, 10 air yards was that throw to Noah Brown. But he got it done, obviously. Took a couple big hits, though. Running game, it looks like it was very good, but Brian Robinson Jr. had, like, 2 long runs, and that was really about it. And long, I mean like a 40-yard run. Jane Daniels also was pretty, like, they limited him pretty well. Zach Ertz made a couple plays. I think he got injured, though. And yeah, Noah Brown obviously with the big catch to set up the game-winning field goal. But, I mean, the biggest thing offensively, they didn't really run the ball really at all in the red zone. That really killed them as well. But next week, I'd like to see them do that a lot more. They would run the ball in the red zone, some RPO, stuff like that. Get the ball to Terry McLaurin outside. I think that would be huge there. But again, outside of that, I mean, their offense moved the football pretty well. Again, when it came down to it, though, again, you can't have Terry McLaurin averaging 3.7 yards per catch. That's just not going to go very far for you guys. Defensively, I'm not going to really talk about anything. I mean, they weren't great, but I mean, they did enough to win. They again, kind of took advantage of a lot of their plays. Very good on third down. Sack, though, for Cleveland Farrell as well. I mean, and Austin Stavros obviously the player of the game. He had 7 field goals. If you know, was the most by kicker since 2019 when the what is called Dolphins Jason Sanders did so, and it's also the most in Commanders franchise history. Yardage wise, again, the Commanders had over 400 yards of offense. Again, the Giants in those limited third downs were 4 of 8, but they could have been, again, better in my opinion. Again, third down overall for the Commanders, 7-14. Again, they had the ball a lot longer. The fumble by the Giants was also a killer. We came down to it, though. The Giants, again, just didn't have a kicker, to be honest with you. Again, I think if they did, they would have won this game. But again, the Giants, I think, played a better overall brand of football. But again, with the Commanders, they ran the ball pretty well. Again, not great, again, on a consistent basis, but they did enough to win. They're 1-on-1. See if they can beat the Bengals next week. Probably not, but hey, you never know. Let's get to our next one.
Mayfield threw more touchdown passes than any quarterback in the league last week. What will his follow-up be today as he takes on the Bucs into gritty...
Light in motion. Mayfield pumps. He's in trouble. Ball is out. Loose ball. It's covered by Tampa. Aiden Hutchinson with the strip sack. Gibbs in motion. Both backs out there. Goff throwing over the middle, and it's intercepted. Zion McCollum gets the snap off. Mayfield in trouble. Mayfield is sacked. It's Hutchinson again. Jared Goff, here's his approach, going deep down the sideline for Williams, drops it in the bucket to the 20-yard line. Here comes the heat. It's Hutchinson again. Number 3, the hat trick for Aiden Hutchinson in the first quarter. Opportunity on first down. Mayfield looking down the sideline. He's got Godwin again inside the 10, and he'll walk it in for a Tampa touchdown.
Guys who are on practice squad. We're just going to elevate them, and we trust them.
It's a fake over the middle, and it's caught. Sione Baki. 4-man pressure. Mayfield throws. Intercepted at the 45. Brian Branch. Hurry. They're trying to get the field goal unit on. There's about 17 men on the field, and there are flags down. Half the field goal unit was out on the field. Mayfield pressured by Hutchinson. He goes down again. Brock Wright joins him back there. Montgomery with the carry, plowing towards the goal line. Is he in? No signal yet. There it is. Mayfield gonna run again. Baker up the middle, inside the 5. Mayfield lunging, touchdown. 3rd and 7. Mayfield in trouble, breaks free from one, but he can't get away from the second. He did it again. Goff, pocket collapsing, throws over the middle, and it's picked off. He threw it right into the hands of Christian Izien. Goff
Pressure comes. Goff throws over the middle. Caught at the 6, but he can't turn it upfield. Goff looks. Skips it. Down at the 14-yard line.
The Bucs walk into Detroit and upset the Lions, obviously, with a 20-16 win. They have a very good shot at starting out 3-0 now, obviously. They're going to be playing the Broncos next week. And speaking of that, it wasn't like this game was completely dominating by any means. Obviously, they held on for dear life in that fourth quarter. The Lions' own mistakes really cost them that game, and honestly, that field goal as well. Where they again botched it at the half, it just wasn't good. And honestly, this Lions team they're not looking very good right now, guys. Like, they barely escaped the Rams team that honestly looks like they're going to just completely go down the toilet this year. And then this week, they just offensively really suck. It's not that their defense is playing really bad, honestly. Again, when it comes down to it, could definitely be better in terms of, again, some blown coverage. But outside of that, their defense is actually doing a really good job up front, making it really hard for teams to, again, move the football on them through the ground and obviously off play action and stuff like that. Getting good pressure as well. The Lions' biggest problem, though, offensively, they're just not in a good rhythm, and their best players aren't stepping up. Jared Goff is not good really at all for the first 2 weeks. They got to step it up, though, because, again, they don't really do that well. The Cardinals they're going to Arizona next week. They don't step it up, they could absolutely get their butts kicked next week. Like, don't get that confused. Baker, though, 12 of 19, 184 yards, touchdown, and interception. He was playing hard, I'll tell you that. I mean, the touchdown was really cool. The interception was not very cool. He stepped up, though, when it came down to it. But honestly, I just don't think he played well enough in the fourth quarter. Again, if the Lions' offense did anything better, anything different, I really don't think this Bucs team would have won this one. Because offensively, again, after the half, they just weren't very good. But, hey, if they did enough to win, that's really all you can ask. The running game, though, I mean, guys, it was really bad. But I honestly just didn't expect that out of the Lions defense. They're just completely one of the best groups there in the league. Chris Godwin, obviously, big game. Mike Evans kind of taken out of it early. I mean, Brian Branch and Carlton Davis did a very good job. Obviously, former teammate there with Carlton Davis. Did a very good job at what is called man-matching him there. Jalen McMillan obviously had a big catch as well, but his offense did not have the best game. Defensively, though, I mean, they were just completely, like, shutting down the receiving, or what is it called? What's his name? Ben Johnson must be fuming at for what they've been able to do in this one. 2 picks. I mean, it wasn't exactly like big plays, but I mean, they were in the right spot, right time. They were to take that. Tyke Smith was a menace against the run. Levante David was huge playing over the middle there. Jordan Whitehead and Jamel Dean were instrumental in that coverage scheme overall. And Todd Bowles' defense really stepped it up. And the Bucs are 2-0 for the 4th straight year, I think, if I'm not if I'm not wrong there. For the Lions, Jared Goff again threw for a lot of yardage, wasn't very consistent. And of course, the 2 interceptions were big. They didn't really run the ball consistently either. I mean, Jameer Gibbs had some decent runs overall, but this Lions offense just, again, really hasn't truly found their identity yet, which is kind of weird. But they got to, again, step it up because, again, they got a big game next week. Amon-Ra St. Brown kind of stepped it up again really late, though. Again, kind of too little too late. Jameson Williams had that 150-yard catch. Outside of that, though, wasn't very consistent. I just want to see this offense have everybody playing a complete game because they haven't had that yet. And again, Jared Goff with those interceptions is just not very good. And honestly, they got to be able to move the ball downfield, not in these little quick spurts, but again, consistently. Again, also in the red zone, got to be better as well. There's a lot of stuff this Lions offense needs to do better. Again, if they're able to do that next week, that would be huge. Defensively, though, I'm not going to talk about, again, Aiden Hutchinson just went bonkers, 5 tackles, 4.5 sacks. I'm not concerned about this group. I already talked about them as well. For the team stats, though, again, the Lions had 463 yards of offense. The problem was they could not score in the red zone. There you go right there. Really hammered it down there, but the Bucs shouldn't have won this game. Found a way to do it anyway, though. That is all I got for this one. Again, the Bucs moved 2-0. Lions don't look good on offense for the 2nd straight week, and now they got to go to Arizona and figure out a way to silence that red-hot Cardinal offense. That's all I got for this one, though. Let's get to our first national game, and oh boy, this was a shocker.
From one dude to another. Dak opened up the new season with a new contract and a dominant win on the road.
Here's Kamara running right side. Wow! Surges in for the touchdown. Different game. Jamal Williams in the game at that. Card pressure. Lets it fly. Going deep. Shaheed. He's got it. Touchdown, New Orleans.
On 2nd down.
Pressure coming. They set up a screen. Oh, there's a lot of room. Alvin Kamara. Room to roll. Alvin Kamara's going to score. Touchdown. Blitz coming. Prescott sees it. Has a man. It's Lamb. Beautiful throw. Lamb gets away. CeeDee Lamb to the house. Touchdown. Kamara. Big hole. Left side. Alvin Kamara sprinting towards the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. Prescott over the middle, and it's intercepted. It was high that time, and it's picked off by Adebo. Paulson Adebo.
Carr on the quarterback sneak. Up and in. Touchdown, New Orleans. They send 5. Prescott looking. Pressure. He's in trouble. Just kind of shovels it to Elliott. Oh, he's got room. Ezekiel Elliott for a first down. Kamara looking for his 4th touchdown of the game. Stays on his feet. Alvin Kamara's got 4.
The audience that loves football too.
Here's Carr. All day. Zips it high. Intercepted. It was off the fingertips of Olave and Donovan Wilson.
Clean quarter of football. See what they can make of it.
Starting here over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's a pick. Tyrann Mathieu gets him an interception.
This got me going crazy. Oh no, niggas be melon.
And the Saints making 3 straight games dating back to last year, obviously in Week 18, where they've been able to score over 44 points, which is just ridiculous. And the Saints team blows out another NFC opponent for the 2nd straight week. They are looking very good. And you can't just say, oh, they're playing the Panthers, because the Cowboys coming this one, they're like, yeah, they looked really good. But, Jesus, they got their absolute butts kicked by it. Really just offensively, to be honest with you guys, because holy crap, this Saints offense is just a complete blur right now. Best in the league through 2 weeks, obviously. They're playing the Philly next week, though. Again, if Philly looks like anything what we've seen from last week on Monday Night Football, this should be the game of the week. Well, it's not technically, because the Cowboys are playing that. And speaking of that, their defense completely just didn't show up in this one. They were probably still in Cleveland, to be honest with you. I don't know, something like that. But they were not good in this one at all offensively. I mean, they just couldn't keep up. That's really the best way to put it with you guys. Either way, though, Derek Carr's interception was really the only issue. Outside of that, though, he threw that 7-yard bomb to, well, who is it? Well, what's his name? Oh, yeah, Rashid Shaspid. That's going to be his new nickname. I mean, holy crap. Alvin Kamara, though, he carried this offense, really, to be honest with you guys. Every single time he got the football, the O-line just completely they wiped the floor. Like, that O-line, oh, my God, they were great in this one, guys. Like, you don't realize they were that good. Alvin Kamara's best rushing game in, 3 years, to be honest with you. Obviously, best game since, the game against the Vikings on Christmas. He had 4 total touchdowns and forced a 57-yard receiving touchdown. That might be the longest play of his career, if I'm not mistaken. I think he had a kick return, but outside of that, you get the point, though. Yeah, the Saints offense is it's so good right now. Enjoy it while it lasts, guys. Defensively, though, Alante Taylor is just completely, insane. He made so many plays. I think it was 6 or 7 pass defended crazy. Carl Granderson is consistently winning 1-on-1. He's their true number 1 guy right now. Brian Breezy also is really stepping it up. Chase Young got some pretty consistent pressure. Cooley McKinstry playing out press. Man did a really good job filling in for Marshawn Lattimore in a lot of spots. Outside of that, though, I mean, they kind of just sat back and relaxed in a lot of plays. The Cowboys couldn't really run the offense they wanted to, and they took advantage of that. Blake Grubb obviously also had a field goal. Got to mention in there. Dak, kind of no really, again, reads whatsoever in terms of, again, the progression towards the end of the game. I mean, the 2 interceptions were not very good. I'm not going to completely put it on them, though, because, again, they kind of just got boat raced. But, again, offensively, again, it was 1 week. They didn't run the ball well at all. They couldn't really keep that in check. And, honestly, that's going to be a big weakness for them coming forward. But, again, if Dak's just able to, again, be a little more consistent as he's not going to really get desperate. If they get down by a couple scores, that would be big. CeeDee Lamb had the 165-yard touchdown. Outside that, just didn't do too much. Jalen Tolbert, obviously, was very solid. He had his first game where I'm like, he's decent. But, again, still, it was garbage time most of it, too. And outside that, I mean, Brandon Cooks just isn't really a reliable guy to get the football to anymore. It's not, it was just a lot of bleh on offense. I'm not too concerned about it, though, because, again, it was 1 week, and also, this defense, what the hell happened, guys? You guys looked like the 85 Bears, not that good, but you guys looked really good last week. And this week, your whole secondary completely went nowhere, and then, up front, again, Mike Zimmer, to be honest with you, just got completely out-coached in, every single way possible. And obviously, that was a big part of it. Micah Parsons was completely taken out of the game. And also, Mike Zimmer has now given up 10 total touchdowns to Alvin Kamara in the last 2 times he has faced the Saints as a coordinator or head coach or whatever. Either way, though, yeah, the time edition, I don't really care about all these numbers. Either way, though, the Saints blow out the Cowboys and look legit. I mean, it's week 2, but hell, who the heck cares? Either way, though, so after this game, guys, yeah, the Cowboys get the Ravens next week. The Saints host who the heck are they playing? They're playing the Eagles next week in their home opener. Not home opener. They played last week at home. Either way, though, so after this one, now let's get to a pretty wild one, I guess. Yeah, Jets and Titans.
JB, it's the home opener here in Music City. The Titans hosting the New York Jets on a humid Sunday afternoon. In year 5. Ridley to the corner. Touchdown. Spears in there. 3rd and goal. Levis looking. Levis tripped. He tried to shovel it. That ball is free. Titans get it back. 25. Fake the handoff. Levis. Deep shot on the way. Contested ball. Traylon Burks. First down for New York. Fake it. And now toss it for Allen. Rumbling through. Allen breaks free for the touchdown. And normally Rodgers in complete command in those situations. Rodgers looking. End zone. Touchdown. Breece Hall. Holds it in. Third of the day. A long of 63. And it's blocked. Out of bounds. Back-to-back weeks. Levis, 2nd and 9. Levis looking for the big one. And a sliding attempt. Somehow Ridley was there. Has a receiving touchdown today for New York. Give it to him. Allen cuts it to the outside. He's gone. Touchdown, Jets. 3rd and goal. Levis looking. Levis is sacked. Back at the 14. It's Will McDonald. Jets trying to hold on. Tennessee trying to rally. Levis, a dart. It's bobbled and dropped by Boyd.
And the Jets now make it 17 straight seasons, of course, with Aaron Rodgers as starting quarterback, not falling to 0-2. So, I mean, that means something. But, yeah, this one, they didn't exactly play a good game, but they they made less mistakes than the Titans, I guess. Either way, though, they were the 1-1. They play their home opener. Yeah, it is their home opener. I got this one right. Against Patriots on, what is called Thursday Night Football. Titans, they got a big one against Packers. They want to not completely fall out of contention, probably, next week. But they have been competitive the first 2 weeks, which is good. Of course, back-to-back 24-17 losses. If I'm not mistaken, I think I said this game was going to be 24-17. Either way, though, Aaron Rodgers was not bad. The downfield passing game was definitely not really there. This fell. Let me fix that. Outside of that, though, I mean, I'm not really concerned about it. He's kind of just still, like, getting in. Jesus, bro. This thing is just, it's not good. Either way, though, yeah. Aaron Rodgers was okay. I don't really care there. Breece Hall got a couple carries. Pretty good. Braylon Allen had 2 touchdowns, so that was pretty cool. Breece Hall, the running back's really carrying it here. 3 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson still can't really get the ball consistently. Not completely his fault. Mike Williams was completely irrelevant. Al Lazard, I thought he had a touchdown. Whatever. Not a great week. Defensively, though, they forced turnovers. Will McDonald, I'm not going to say he had a great game because 2 of those sacks were cleaned up. Quinn Williams and what is called Quincy Williams also were very good on those blitzes to getting pressure. But, yeah, Will McDonald did have 3 sacks. And he's got to really be consistent in terms of pass rush next week because, yeah, Jermaine Johnson obviously out for the season. I'll break down that play. He was basically going in for what is called the fill a lane, and he just got absolutely blindsided. It wasn't getting really anyone's fault, but kind of sucks there. Solomon Thomas has really just been a solid what is called depth contributor for the Jets since coming there. And honestly, that's all that he needs to be. Greg Zuerlein also had a field goal. Meanwhile, for the Titans, Will Levis, I mean, he's just a meme at this point, guys. The pick was, it was interesting. It was an arm punt, so I'm not, again, 1st and 10 arm punt. Again, hey, you're going to do what you can do with that. No, this is not the best interception. We're going to get to the best interception, bro, later. Either way, though, the other one was obviously the insane fumble, which was just, that is about as bonehead as it gets. I mean, guys, that was just so bad. But for Will Levis, he did make some good plays towards the end of the game. Obviously, the last play of the game was just complete crap. That was the whole team's fault. But, yeah, Will Levis needs to be a little bit less of a Dumbo and a little bit more of a the throw he made, what is called Calvin Ridley, because again, if that can happen, they might have a shot and not sucking. Running game was completely irrelevant, though. Tyjae Spears has really struggled to start the season. Tony Pollard made some plays as a receiver, though. Outside of that, though, no one really stepped up at all. DeAndre Hopkins was, again, completely irrelevant this one. He was in sauce the whole game, though, so you kind of got to take what you can get with him there. Ernest Jones was very good as a blitzer, but outside of that, I mean, no complaints to this defense. They did a good job. Harold Landry was uber efficient as a pass rusher. He might have got like 20 snaps and only got like 8 pressures, but those 8 pressures were very nice. Rodney McCray had 3 tackles as well, and the slot was very physical. Jeffrey Simmons also got some pretty good pressure. Defensively, again, they did enough, honestly, to win this one when it came down to it. Either way, though, team stats-wise, the Titans actually outgained them. They had a pretty solid rushing attack overall. There's just those 2 killer turnovers that killed. I mean, really just one that killed them. But outside of that, though, this game was pretty even, guys. The Jets kind of just, again, figure out a way to win it. And, yeah, now let's get to our afternoon games, and obviously, You'll just see my reaction after these. It was a rough game, guys.
Arizona is the site. We're ready to go as Matthew Stafford, who has dominated the Rams over the last few seasons, gets set for a divisional showdown with his quick pass like we saw a lot of last week. Cooper Kupp trying to navigate to the line to gain. He reached and lunged, and Buda Baker, who just was hurt for the first half last season. Back to Donald, launches, end zone, Harrison! Caught! Fake to Connor. Murray on the rollout. Looking deep for Harrison! Marvin Harrison Jr. Here comes the rush on Murray. He's able to get away. Right in front of Byron Young. He's going to launch it. Harrison's free! Got away from Purse. What the hell? And it's caught by Elijah Higgins. The receiver blocking so important. Kaiser White almost got to Stafford, who buys time, launches for Robinson, who makes a catch. Stafford rolling the dice, throwing end zone. The half cannot end on a defensive.
Off the line of scrimmage, it's an alley-oop.
Handoff. Connor steps home. High stepping for the touchdown.
It's a light of fire in the desert.
Here's Williams. Navigates his way to the end zone and floats home. Good job by Parkinson on the block. Will Hernandez. Whoa! There's a fumble into the end zone. It is grabbed by McBride. Not want to stay out of the lineup at all if he can help it. Stafford loses it. Cardinals got it. It is scooped up by L.J. Collier. There's a fumble on the exchange, and it is scooped up. Big boy. There is a big man in Braden.
I'll be honest, guys. I'm just defeated after this one. Like, I don't really remember a time. I think it was that honestly, I don't even think the Ravens game was like that. I haven't felt a time like with the Rams where I'm like, oh god, like it's just like the wind gets knocked out of you, like you just feel defeated, like you got I got nothing, guys. Like that's how I feel about this team right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think the season is over. I mean that might sound like crazy because it is week 2, but Cooper Kupp's probably going on IR, Puka's on IR, and they're basically the entire offense. To be honest with you guys, Matt Stafford, I don't know how the hell we're gonna move the ball on offense. O-line, I'm just going to go into the depth chart because I think that this is just going to be indicative of it. Of course, our starting left tackle is going to be back. Obviously, Alec Jackson. Thank God. He's not that great, though. Again, he's probably the worst of the starters. Bo Limmer, I mean, he's just lost out there. It's not his fault, though. He shouldn't be starting. Logan Bruss is just not an NFL caliber player. Jonah Jackson's going to be probably out for a month. Steve Avila, probably starting center, something like that, is on IR. Like, what am I supposed to do there? Joe Nopum, our best backup, one of the better backup offensive linemen in the entire NFL, is on IR. Kevin Dotson was been a walking boot 3 weeks ago. Or a couple of days ago. He's not healthy. Rob Havenstein did not look good. So, yes, 3 of our starter offensive linemen are technically healthy, but Alec Jackson, I really don't know what to expect. Kevin Dotson's not healthy, and Rob Havenstein just didn't look great, and honestly, he'll be fine. But, yeah, our offense is in complete shambles right now. Our defense was unimaginably bad. Like I can't describe how bad they were in this game. And even the guys who you could argue were like non-factors or just played okay in this one, you gotta have more than that because like they were just so bad. I mean, I guess we'll kind of go through the stats. Blake Corum was somewhat okay. Kyron Williams in this running game, it's just not working right now. As simple as that. Matt Stafford was getting killed. He had that one really good throw early, though. I guess it was just so bad at that point. I don't know. Cooper Kupp, again, he's probably getting the ankle injury. He can't stay healthy, guys. It's really bad right now. And defensively, I mean, again, like state penitentiary guys in state penitentiary is more visible than these guys. I mean, it's so bad. At least Kobe Turner had a sack, I guess. But for the Cardinals, I think they're gonna make the playoffs, guys. Yeah, I think they're gonna beat the Lions next week. Really smack them in the face. Rams are gonna be 0-3. Trust me, guys. They're gonna get their butts kicked against the Niners. Maybe they beat the Bears in a couple weeks, but like, there's no way we win next week. Kyler, though, 17 of 21, 266, 3 touchdowns. I am overreacting for the Rams, though, just so you know. But I don't know what to expect, guys. Like, we're so, like, cooked right now. Kyler, perfect passer rating, though. Best game of his career when it comes down to it. And I think, again, if he can be like this, maybe have the same player, like caliber, obviously, with performance. But if he can play similar to the way he's been, like, in this game for the rest of the season, I don't see why this Cardinals team can't rack up some wins and even beat the Niners maybe once or twice. But when it comes down to it, guys, the Rams, obviously, what is it? The Cardinals win again against the Rams for the first time in like 10 years. At home, obviously. As well, Rams are 0-2 for the first time under Sean McVay. I think for the first time since like 2014 or something. Rams 2014. I'm going on ESPN. I want to see what their record was. What was it? They started out. They did not start 0-2. 2015 were they 0-2? They were not 0-2. 2013 were they 0-2? No. 2012 were they 0-2? No. Wait, 2015, right? No. 2016, I know they were 0-2, right? Yeah. 2012. No. 2011. Yes. That's when we went 2-14, right? And then we were like 1-15 the year before, right? 2010. Yeah, we were 1-15. No, that was a different year. That was 2009, right? What year did we go 2-15? I'm kind of like rambling. There we go. The Rams have not been 0-2 in like 12 years. 13 years to be exact. That is crazy, guys. Like, oh my god. But yes, Kyler was fantastic. James Conner also ran all over the Rams. The Rams' run defense is crap. Receiving wise, Martin Harris Jr. caught like 4 touchdowns in the first quarter. He broke out, obviously. Trey McBride, he broke like 20 tackles. I mean, this offense, they look like, again, when your offenses look like they're having fun out there, again, there's not, again, you're having like an awesome time. And this is honestly the best game I think the Cardinals have played. In a really, like, this is probably the best game that Kyler Murray's ever played. Like, it's a complete team. For the Cardinals, like, ever. Like, that's how good they played in this one. I will say, though, yeah. I'm going to say they're going to make the playoffs, but they might not. I don't know. But obviously, yeah, Cardinals played fantastic. Defensively, they had like 5 sacks. Dennis Gardeck had 3. It was a lot of them with some blitzes, but yeah, he's just another dude. He looked like a lot more than that. Buda Baker is probably, at least right now, is the best safety in the NFL. He was completely blowing up every play for the Rams. It looked like every single play he knew what the hell was happening before it happened. Jalen Thompson, I mean, he's a box guy, but he played great. This defense, for what was supposed to be the worst in the league, has looked really good in this one. Team stats, Cardinals had over almost 500 yards of offense, 231 yards on the ground, had the ball the entire game. Again, the Cardinals played an almost perfect game. Honestly, did play a perfect game in this one. And they get the win. I think the Rams season's over, and I'll still watch them. I'll still react to their games, obviously, but I just feel defeated at this point, guys. Alright, now let's get to our next game, which honestly is going to give me a little bit more like of a spark, to be honest, outside of this one.
And so Denver and its rookie quarterback, Bo Nix, will be on the field to begin. Spiro Ditas, Adam Archuleta, Didi Kinkabala, rest of our CBS crew. See what Freiermuth did as a red zone target his first season in the league. Can he get back to that for Pittsburgh here? Fields buried. Goal. Fields to the end zone. It's caught. Washington for the Steelers touchdown. His pass play of the day. Direct snap here and some trickery. Nix taking a shot. Deep down the field. It is caught. Reynolds. Season for Denver. On 2nd and goal. Nix protected to the back of the end zone. Picked off. Intercepted. And it's Trice.
They do it every week, guys. This game was just turned to complete crap. But, I mean, you kind of got to expect it, though, because the Broncos just, they don't play offense. So, yeah, I wasn't too surprised how this game went. But, yeah, the Steelers are somehow 2-0. They're going to play the Chargers next week and somehow probably be 3-0. I don't even know who they play after that, though. Who the Steelers' schedule look like? Because I'm just looking to, like, see, again, undefeated teams, because that's always cool to see. They're playing the Colts. They'll probably turn that game to crap to win that one as well. They play the Cowboys. Probably not going to win that one, so never mind. Probably not going to get anything past 4-0. Either way, though, these Steelers... yeah, they won. That's not honestly being a stretch there. The Broncos' offense is just, it's so bad. Like, anytime anything good happens, it just gets completely erased by Bo Nix. Like, there's no way around that. And again, Sean Payton must be fuming right now. It's just so bad. Justin Fields can't throw the football, but he did throw a touchdown, so I guess that's good. And he didn't completely panic on 3rd down, which was good too. But they didn't move the ball really at all. The running game was pretty effective, which honestly is going to be the way they completely stay in games. Receiving was not really part of it. I mean, Donald Washington did catch a touchdown. Defensively, they just simply didn't give anything easy or first read stuff to Bo Nix, and also they were very good in what is called sound against the run. Minka was very, very, very explosive. I thought he was going to pick 6 in a couple different plays. TJ Watt at least had a sack. Yeah, this defense is really good. They've only allowed 16 points through the first 2 weeks. Really, really good there. Chris Boswell also had a couple bombs. I think it was only 1, though. I don't really remember there. Bo Nix is terrible. I mean, he played terrible in this one, too. 246 yards, 2 interceptions. Really only good throw is that one bomb to Josh Reynolds. I don't even know who that. I think it was to somebody. The receivers can't get open. The running game is not good. This offense is just a complete mess right now. Defensively, they're good. That's all I'll say. They're a good defense. Yeah. Team stats though. Yeah, it was bad. I really don't want to talk this game anymore, guys. It's probably like one of the more relevant games in the season. There were 14 combined punts. Yeah, the O-lines didn't play very well overall, guys. I mean, good job, Steelers. You're 2-0, but when it comes down to like games like memorable, it's not going to be one of this is not going to be one of those games. But hey, they're 2-0. Broncos fought 0-2. Not really surprising there. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Broncos are going to Tampa next week as well to boot. So I guess that's good. Steelers, yeah, you're playing the Chargers for a 3-0 start. There we go, though.
Will this building be Burrowhead or Arrowhead this afternoon? Chiefs can bury the Bengals in an 0-2 hole, but it's Cincy still talking trash.
Their win week 17 last year against Cincinnati, regular and post. Start a new series with a pass down the middle and an interception. That is picked. Chase got to go somewhere else. To the end zone, pass, it is caught. This check needed every inch of that reach. 1st and 10, down the field he goes. Rushy race for the touchdown. Deflected. Here's a 2nd and 10. And they go again with Steely. Lost the football on the way through the traffic, and Cincinnati might have fallen on it. Mike Hilton. Up top they go. And look who catches it, Morris. Wanye Morris. Championship at BYU. Here's right back going long. And they find the rookie, Burton. Double teamed out here. Here it is. Going for it all. And an open target. Once again. Chivash will basically be the Tyler Boyd role. Yes. Extra point. Again, going down the field, and what an interception! My goodness, Cam Taylor Britt. More heat, and a sack. And the ball's out, and it's Connor running with it. It's coming up. Now he's going laterally. He's going to throw it on the run, and it's broken up, and there's no flag. Oh, flag comes in late. Bikers kick for the win.
Chiefs always get bailed out by the refs, and they are somehow 2-0 at this point. I do hope they lose in Atlanta next week, but probably not. They're on a Sunday night if you didn't know. The Chiefs, I mean, everything goes their way. I will say this, though. That was just a really dumb play by D'Angelo Anthony or something like that. I think that's his name. But they did lose Isaiah Pacheco, though, so, I mean, at least that's something. But, yeah. I mean, not for Isaiah Pacheco. I hope he gets healthy, but, like, at least there's some sort of adversity going for the Chiefs. But, yeah, they did win this one. They shouldn't have. The Bengals outplayed them in a lot of ways. But, hey, the Chiefs are 2-0, and yeah, that's what's going on. Bengals are 4-0-2, though, for, like, the 3rd straight year. I'm not really overly concerned really at all about them. Yeah, last week they played an egg and opener, but it seems like they do that every year. And then they play their really well this week and then just completely fall apart at the end, sort of. Yeah, again, they're playing the Commanders next week. They should be 1-2. They should be fine, but hey, you never know. Joe Burrow probably played his best game in 2 years, to be honest with you. I don't know if it was as good as he played last year in San Francisco, but he was very good in this game. Very poised in the pocket. Was really good to see. Obviously, the beauty of a pass to his tight end. Who was it? No, it wasn't Drew Sample. It was Jermaine Burton. Mike Gesicki was very good in this game as well. Looked really athletic, which again is what you need out of him. Jamar Chase crashed out on the ref, obviously, and that kind of honestly lost him the game there. Evan McPherson's missed extra point was also killer too. They can't run the ball right now. The O-line just isn't really physical enough, honestly, up front right now. I think they're able to sustain blocks a little better and get more downhill there. They should be okay. They're playing a pretty bad run defense next week. They should be okay, but yeah, I'm really happy with how Joe Burrow played. Not really too concerned about this offense. Again, it was 1 week, guys. You should be fine. Defensively, Trey Anderson was absolutely phenomenal. Probably my defensive player of the week, to be honest with you guys there. Akeem Davis-Gaither, Cam Taylor-Britt were also contributors, I guess. I mean, they both had interceptions. Oh, yeah, speaking of that, Cam Taylor-Britt's CTB was insane. That was the best play of the week, obviously. And play of the day, at the very least, obviously. Jermaine Pratt, 16 tackles. Logan Wilson, 12 tackles. Were just made with tackle merchants. Geno Stone was very good at not giving him big plays. I mean, he was pretty good overall. I'm not really going to say much else about this defense because, I mean, they forced a couple of turnovers. They did enough to win this game. But obviously, that PI call at the end killed them. But, yeah, I mean, everything goes to the Chiefs there. Evan McPherson, 4 field goals, obviously. Either way, on the other side for the Chiefs, Mahomes had some pretty bad throws there. Again, those 2 interceptions were both pretty darn bad. But, hey, it's Mahomes, so who cares? Also wasn't very effective through the air in terms of, again, downfield. He had that 144-yarder to Rashee Rice, who was their leading receiver. Travis Kelce, I don't even know if he caught. Yeah, he caught 1 pass. Again, he has done absolutely nothing these first 2 weeks. But again, first 2 games, not going to get too mad about that. But yeah, I think they're going to get Kareem Hunt to be their runner now, which again isn't great or really ideal at all. But Isaiah Pacheco being there had a pretty solid week. Really sucks to be on IR. I hope he can at least get healthy in the future. And again, is back and healthy, obviously. They had some pretty bad mistakes though. Defensively, I don't know. Their coverage was pretty crappy, but outside of that, consistent pressure, pretty solid against the run. You're going to get what you get out of this group. No, they're going to go, obviously. Yardage-wise, again, the Bengals outplayed them. They had the ball longer. They had less turnovers, 3 turnovers, really bad ones by the Chiefs. And, again, the scoop and score was really the only bad thing for the Bengals. That was even controversial when it came down to it. So, yes, there's ref ball won the Chiefs this game, but, yeah, who cares? So the Bills team's probably playing the AFC Championship. But, yeah, really fun to throw in the game, obviously, the Harrison Butker's game winner. Let's get to our last game, obviously, that being Sunday Night Football.
We've been waiting 5 years to say Houston, hello. No targets to Stephon Diggs in that opening quarter. Second and long. Brown throws in the middle to Collins. Flag is down as Collins goes to the end zone. Half games and none of them have thrown a touchdown pass. It's a give to the end zone. Herbert, touchdown, Chicago Bears. Williams put it up top for Moore. Goes up. It's intercepted. Underneath. It was Stingley with the down in distance in this second.
Get off me!
Williams got away from Hunter somehow. Hunter's penalty. It's intercepted by Lutzer. Goal for the Texans. Akers. Inside it will come out. That will come out. I think you can see him in the catch. Needing 17 yards. Williams. Odunze doesn't come back. Incomplete.
And these Texans, like Steady Eddie, are able to knock off the Bears 19-13 and stay. Actually, now 2 games up in the division. First time since, I think, 2007 when the Patriots, obviously, had that amazing season. We're a team, what it's called, is 2-0, and the rest of the teams in their division are 0-2. So, yeah, Texans, I think, honestly, at this point, probably even have the division unlocked in at least 2 weeks. But, honestly, that would be a pretty good overreaction, to be honest there. Either way, though, Texans, they will be, I think, traveling to Minnesota next week. So, yeah, they definitely got to step it up. Honestly, I don't think they played their best game offensively, especially in the second half here. But, hey, they still did enough to win. And for the Bears, I mean, yeah, they're going to have to play the Colts next week. So, they're definitely going to be a little bit better defensively. But offensively, again, it's still a mess. They're trying to find their identity. Shane Waldron is he's not a very good offensive coordinator right now. So, hopefully they can figure it out. Caleb Williams, the first interception, again, it wasn't very good. The second one, I mean, he was trying to make crab out of chicken salad. But really good escapability there. He just got to simply, again, just get through the few reads better. A lot of quick game, which honestly was okay for them because they just don't want to overload him, which they did last week. But his offense still can't move the football consistently, and when that does happen, it is really hard to win games. Caleb's still not comfortable yet. They got to figure out something, because if they don't, could be a long couple of weeks here. Defensively, I don't really have any complaints for them. Again, they gave up a couple big plays here and there, but they did a really good job in terms of the run defense integrity. Yes, Joe Mixon getting hurt did help them a little bit, but Kevin Byard was really good. I mean, defensively, again, really another really solid week. They helped him do a lot of field goals. Really don't think, again, being a little bit better over the middle of those linebackers, playing a little bit better. Again, Tremaine Edmonds didn't have his best game. Obviously, Azeez Al-Shire, he got kicked for throwing a couple of hands. I don't even know. He might have even got a flag. I don't even know. Either way, though, yeah, the Bears, their defense is fine. Texans, though, C.J. Stroud consistently makes big throws. That's all you're going to ask out of him. Cam Akers was the most effective runner in this game, but yeah, that's kind of what happened. Nico Collins, 8 catches, 135 yards, touchdown. Arguably the best receiver this week. Stephon Diggs probably even was, honestly. He wasn't very part of this offense. I mean, offensively, kind of an underwhelming game, but they didn't really screw up too much. So, yeah. Defensively, yeah, they were really good. Yeah, that's what we got there. Kamar Lassiter, congrats to him getting first NFL interception. Will Anderson, I mean, he almost probably had 6 sacks, but hey, you're going to get what you get there. Azeez Al-Shire, I don't know even how he didn't get kicked. I mean, 10 tackles and a sack. I mean, that was crazy. Jalen Petrie also was very reliable. Jimmy Ward gave a couple plays. I think he could have been better there. But Cameron Block also helped out a lot. This defense is just really good right now. Honestly, it's really fun to watch. Connor McPherson obviously had a 59-year bomb. Team stats, I mean, yeah, you saw it. I mean, guys, like, of course, the Texans were just better in this one. Because they're the better team. And that is all I got for you guys in this one, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the NFL Week 2 recap. See you for the Monday Night Football recap tomorrow. And also, yeah, check out other stuff, too. Because, I mean, guys, this is wild. But that's all I got for you guys here. Hope you guys enjoyed Week 2. And, yeah, see you for the Monday Night Football recap tomorrow.
Speed option here. Dylan Gabriel down the sideline. He's winning the foot race.